Hello everyone, welcome to today's live stream. So all of you can log into web.strike.money to do your analysis, use our tools. So before we deep dive in further, we'll take you through today's market action and then we'll deep dive in sentiment indicators, diffusion indicators, and we'll follow up on the analysis that we did in last stream as well. So without any delays, let me jump into it. Yep. So as you can see, the Nifty index today is trading in negative territory with 30 stocks declining but 20 stocks advancing, while in Nifty 500, 283 stocks are up and while 217 stocks are down. So it has been a mixed kind of a session till now. If I want to go through the intraday advanced decline ratio, so as you can see in the morning, more stocks were up than down, but by around 11:15, the number of declines took over the number of advances, and since then, Nifty has been under pressure. We look for Nifty 500. Similar is the case here. Around 11:30, the number of declines have took over the number of advances from where there is a pressure. So let me go back to the dashboard and have a look at the options activity as well. So as you can see, the highest call open interest is at 19,800, which is this at the money strike is based on the Nifty futures level. So if you would see the Nifty August futures, it is struggling around the same level, which is 19,800 plus or minus 10 points. So this is the level of fight for this particular expiry with 2 days to go in. 19,800 is a level to watch out for on Nifty futures. And on the bank Nifty, there is a lot of call open interest right from 45,500 to 46,000. So all strikes, there is a lot of call writing. So which is why bank Nifty as well is under pressure. In terms of futures activity, again, around 60 stocks are in long buildup while 86 are in short buildup. So there is a mixed action going on. Let's have a quick look at Nifty's technical setup as well, and then we'll move further. So as discussed yesterday, the 20-day average has given support from where the index rebounded a little. But if we look at the 10-day average, which we discussed should be a key level to watch out for. So we opened above that, but have not been able to sustain above it. So the level is 19748. So if if the index has to exhibit some strength, so that is the level above which it needs to close. For bank Nifty, so bank Nifty is also weak in today's session. Let me plot the average. Yeah, so it has not even touched the 10-day average as of now. It is at 45,813, and right now we are trading at around 45,578. Yeah, so that's about it. With respect to which sectors are leading today, as you can see, most of the sector indices are trading in negative territory, while the Nifty IT is at top, and the small caps and micro caps is followed by micro caps and small caps. So in Nifty IT was positive yesterday as well, and almost all the components are positive. So we'll have a deeper insight into Nifty IT later on. So with that's a quick look into today's action. So let's just jump to sentiment indicators and discuss the positioning from here on. So in yesterday's session, I pointed out that the 5,000 mark in the FII net index futures positions worked as a support level during the bull phase. So let me just mark it down again. Yeah. So I've drawn a horizontal line on the 5,000 mark, and as you can see during the bull markets, this is the level around which the data pulls back, and there is a rebound from there. So as of yesterday's data, the FI net index futures position is 5,667 contracts, which is pretty close to this level. So this continues to be an interesting level to watch out for, from where whether we will see some again long build up from the FIs or not. If we talk about the client category, which is the opposite of this, here if we have to find out a level, I'll just put a horizontal line just visually. It comes to around 37,000 contracts. So as of yesterday's closing, we are at 25,374. So you can see this is the level from where the level when hits, it is a short-term bottom and the market continues. So this is also pretty close to this. If we see action beyond these levels in both of this positioning, that is where um, the it would hint at a deeper correction. Moving over to momentum swing, which we calculate using the proprietary Rohit momentum indicator by checking the momentum of all FNO scripts. So you can see there was a negative divergence that was building, but the data has broken out above this small trend line. So it may be a sign of early sign of strength, but it is not yet into any overbought zone, right? Similar thing I noticed in the 20-day advanced decline ratio. So as you can see, there are multiple negative divergences, but at the same time, it is starting to have higher lows. If you look very closely, we are having higher lows here. So if the advanced decline ratio starts to turn from here itself, which it has done in the past, it would indicate that again the breadth is expanding. So that's a quick look into the sentiment indicators as well. So do tune in into web.strike.money and use these indicators for your own analysis. If you have any questions regarding any indicators, just put it into the comment section. Moving over to the diffusion indicators, I'll switch to Nifty 500 to get a broader insight. Something is wrong with my connection, I think. Yeah. So a couple of sessions back, I pointed out that there was a range developing in this indicator wherein the stocks are not breaking the 20-day moving average. So if we try to draw a range around it, we are right at the top end of the range. If I draw it even more closely, yeah. So it is hinting at a very small degree breakout. So this remains a interesting point to be seen. So if it closes there, which means that more stocks are trying to close above the 20-day moving average in the Nifty 500. This is a strong sign of strength. So if I just look at this only, you can see that there was a possible negative divergence, but it is getting negated slowly. Let's look at the mid cap and the small cap as well. Similar is the case here. The negative divergences are getting negated slowly. The small cap, not yet in small cap, yet to do that. So, but still trading at the top end, it remains interesting. So similar analysis you can do with a lot of indicators. So for example, I'm going to open here stocks, number of stocks with MACD indicator in the buy mode, which is the MACD line is above the signal line. So as you can see, this particular indicator gets oversold around this 35 or 20 to 30 marks. So right now we made a low of exactly 30 yesterday, and today it is indicating at 36. So 6% stocks, or in other words, three more stocks are giving a buy crossover in the Nifty 50. If we look this indicator for the mid cap, then it did not go very low, but at the same time, whatever negative divergences were building up are getting broken. So in the broad market, these are signs of strength, but the Nifty remains indecisive around this. So these diffusion and sentiment indicators give you a deep insight to what may be happening. If you look at the cash market data for yesterday in the FIDIs, so FIs have been net sellers for last three sessions, while DIs have bought big numbers. And yesterday's number was negative 700 crores for FIs, but around 2,500 crores buying figure for DIs. So we'll move over to checking the sector indices and picking up the stocks as well. There is one question. Has the Nifty done a 5-wave advance from the low of July 28th on early charts? So I'll take this question at the end. Meanwhile, let's have a complete look what we were discussing. So yesterday we looked at the Nifty Consumer Durable Index and two of the components. Let's see if there is any action there. Right. So the stock has been a laggard, but on a 1 month basis, it is starting to outperform the index. So we did look at the closing setup yesterday. Let's see. So yeah, it did close above the confirmation levels, which is above all the 20-day, 40-day averages, as well as the Dow trend buy, and RMI had also given a bullish crossover. So if we if I try to draw a trend line around this, yeah, then it is a classical trend line breakout as well. Going back to today's heat maps, where the action is, that is Nifty, IT, and the top three stocks are LTTS, Coforge, and TechM. So let's have a look at Nifty IT if it's any interesting. Right, so it is up around 1% today. In terms of seasonality, there is no clear pattern for the August month. It has been mixed somewhat. Some years it has been negative, some years it has been positive. So no clear pattern on the seasonality front. But from the technical point of view, let's have a look at technicals as well as the setup. So the oscillators are mostly neutral to bearish, but it is holding above the key moving averages on daily chart. So the 20-day average, it is getting crossed in today's session only, which is currently at 30,048, and 10-day moving average as well is getting crossed. So it remains an interesting level to watch out for. The top stocks we saw was TechM and Coforge. So I'll move over to the stock setup as well. Same pattern here. No clear pattern on the seasonality front, but in terms of the technical setup, let's see. So in the oscillators, only super trend seems to be in a bullish category, while on the moving averages front, it is crossing the 10-day and 20-day averages. So it, it is hinting at a continuation of trend. Uh, let's go to the trade setup. Right. So we are seeing a higher, basically crossing this high. If you see, Dow trend theory says that when we cross above the previous high or low, the trend is changing. So if it closes above this range, then the Dow trend may trigger a buy signal. So let's, with that, I will go to the scanners to have a look. The Dow trend as well as Rohit scanner. So since yesterday was last trading session of the month, the monthly signals get confirmed, right? So let us figure figure out what are the new monthly signals we got. I'm filtering Nifty 100 to have a, yeah. So there are no up to down signals, only around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around 8 down to up signals on the monthly degree for the Dow trend scanners. So please note that these are just signals and no any recommendations to trade or invest. Similarly, you can tune in and check the same signals for Rohit scanner as well on your own. So just log on to web.strike.money and check the signals across various time frames. Let's have a look at today's indications as well. So if you noticed, I switched to live from here. The only motive for going to last candle close was for the monthly chart, because if I go to live, it will give me the signal based on current candle, which is August. But I want to see the signal based on the July month's close, right? So that is how last candle close filter can be used. So let's see if there are any reversal signals in today's session. Yeah, so there are more up to down signals rather than down to up. Interesting things happening overall. Right. So that's how you can look at and get a gist of all the sentiment and diffusion indicators. Similarly, scrolling down to various sectors and stocks. So I want to inform that very shortly we will be adding futures module in this. You can and analyze all the futures rollover and everything data for your own analysis. Looking at the calendar to see if there are any earnings. So yeah, there's a long list of earnings that are around. So let me filter on Nifty 500. Yeah, a lot of stocks coming up with earnings. That's why we can see so much mixed action in the market, wherein half stocks are up, half are down, right? Okay. So you can come up with any questions related to the tools in Strike and any screens, so we can take that up. Someone is asking the view on Nifty. Okay. As I discussed, it is not able to hold above the 10-day average as of now. And if I talk about classical technicals, then it is facing resistance exactly as at this downward facing trend line. So the 10-day average, that is 19,746, and the trend line is at around 19,790 or 19,800 broadly. So these are the two levels to cross to exhibit strength. There is a question from Mr. Vivek. If on the scanner on the monthly indicator shows down to up, what are the other indicators we need to check for a solid confirmation? Okay, good question. So we'll take that with an example. So right now I filtered down to up on monthly degree for the Nifty 50 stocks. So since monthly is a very big time frame, it indicates that uh, the Dow trend is confirming higher high and higher low formation on the monthly chart. So you can, it may not be good idea to just blindly trade on the monthly signal. You always have to do the analysis and manage your trade on the shorter time frame. So in this particular case, let's say uh, this is ICICI Bank, right? So on the monthly degree, it has closed above these the previous swings, thereby the trend changed from down to up. Now, to do your further analysis, if you simply go to ICICI Bank, is loading. My connection is a bit slow. Yeah. So now, while I'm into this stock, you can use all the indicators you use generally for an analysis, like seasonality and technical setups. Let's say you follow a set of indicators from a certain moving averages. Now, in this particular example, we can see it is holding above the key averages. But to do a proper sizing, you can go to Rohit setup, wherein we watch for various confirmations. Like one is a trend following confirmations from the RMI indicator, then there is a price action confirmation from the Dow theory, and then there are 20-day and 40 moving averages. Now, since we were talking about the monthly degree, let's go top down from there. Yeah. So on the monthly degree, you can see there is no signal from the other indicator like the RMI as of now, but it is still holding way above the moving averages. So next step would be to drill down to weekly. Yeah. So here I am on the weekly setup. Now on the weekly, you see that all the confirmations are in green. So once you go from a bigger time frame to a lower time frame, you just have to manage your risk accordingly, that whether you are getting a proper risk reward setup to enter right away, or you'll have to wait for a slight pullback to the any key daily averages or weekly averages and then enter. So that is a decision based on one's own tools that you use. But yeah, definitely the confirmation on monthly and weekly time frames is does help. uh, there's a question from Sachin to view BLS international chart. Okay. So this seems to be a very trending stock. This yesterday seems to be up quite a lot, and all the oscillators are positive indicators, and all the key averages are also up. So let's look at the setup. from I'll switch to weekly because daily it's all trending. Let's have a look at weekly first. Yeah. So on the weekly, you can see somewhere around April, there was a fresh RMI cycle starting, and it is just continuing on the way up. Every confirmation is bullish right from this week, 17th April week. And on daily you can see that in yesterday's session, it has given a fresh bullish crossover, fresh downtrend buy, as well as it has crossed above the 20-day average. So yeah, all these are positive signs for a trending stock. Okay. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll wind up for the day. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll continue this tomorrow at the same time. So like, share, and subscribe Strikes YouTube channel. Thank you.